Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron, I hope you're having a great day in Jesus. We're going to look at, is evolution helping people today? You know, I do a lot of creation videos, done some apologetics with atheism, proofs for the existence of God. So over the years, I've had a ton of interaction with evolutionists, and usually not very pleasant. Unfortunately, I try to be pleasant, but they sometimes don't come across that way. So one of the arguments that they've really been coming at me hard with is evolution is currently helping people. And it's kind of unique how this progression goes. They'll say, evolution is currently helping people, whether it's in the medical field or whether it's genetically modified food, increase of crop production, these type things. So then and since you don't believe in evolution, you are complicit in the cause of the deaths. One of them wrote 22 million people because of this. And so, you know, I've tried to study from evolution every way. And what it is, it's a redefinition of what evolution is. For decades, people really understood the difference between what's termed a microevolution. Some people just call it variation within a species. That God created us to be able to adaptability to certain local conditions and environments, but we never change into a different species. Such as the old peppered moth thing in England. It was still a moth. The inside still looked exactly like, it still had the same mechanisms of living and in these type things, and ate the same bugs and all that, just changed colors. And there's a lot. Wells' book goes into a very big deep dive into that, really even disproving that it changed colors and all this, that it was it was a different colored moth that came because the trees turned black from the soot, and that moth could make it better. And a lot of variabilities there. I won't go into all the variabilities. And so now there is no difference between microevolution and macroevolution. That is an artificial designation done by creationists. And since we can modify things within a species, we can make corn species that are more resistant to bugs or to blight and that type thing. You don't want to, and so because you don't believe in it. And so it's really a false straw man. It's a false paradigm, because I do want that. And we do want the best for everybody, and it would be creationists that would say that the slight variations within species, as long as they're beneficial, can be good, and that mutations occurring naturally are almost never beneficial. But when there is an intelligent designer, an intelligence that works on it and is able to mutate it in a positive direction, that is a very good thing. Whether it be science or whether it be agriculture or something like that. So, my deal with that is evolutionists, it seems, have kind of en masse. I'm not sure where they get. I try to watch, like people tell me, watch this evolutionist, this evolutionist, this evolution. Evolutionists tell you this. They're the best, and I've seen some amazing evolutionists, Neil deGrasse Tyson, but be well beyond even that. Some dude in Arizona, I can't picture his name right now. Excellent debated William Lane Craig and stuff. A lot of different things. I saw James White debating some world-renowned evolutionists not long ago. But I try to watch these videos even when they're not debating creationists. And it's a false paradigm. It's that nobody's arguing that people can't, with intelligence, monkey around with the design, so to speak, go around with the design, and try to increase its beneficial attributes for mankind. And so, I think a lot of it has to do with cancel culture. And was it Socrates? He said something to the effect that insults and lies are the last refuge of when you're wrong. When you're wrong, you tend to attack and you tend to insult. Lies are last refuge of a failed argument or something. And so I think they just come up with you're just trying to kill everybody, and it's just like, no. That's not it at all. And so, then they argue from authority and say, well, every scientist at every university, when most scientists are not at universities. Most scientists are in the capitalistic structure, working for businesses and this type thing, and many of them are creationists, and a few are even at universities and this type thing. So then, but if you point out, well, here's a list of of creationists, they're like, well, you're trying to argue from authority. I'm like, well, you just tried to argue from authority. Yes, but I'm an evolutionist and you're wrong, and so I can argue from authority. And it's like, oh, come on. So evolution is evolution helping people. Well, not macroevolution, because macroevolution doesn't exist. There's no evidence in the fossil record of transitional species. Everything's fully formed, fully filled. Everything we see around us today is fully formed, fully filled, not evolving. It has no predecessors of evolution that you can verifiably see in the fossil record. There's no chains of this progression, nothing such as that. And it would be fascinating to see chains of progression, because I would like to see in the micro level, how did like veins and capillaries and arteries work when they were only partially developed? How did this all come into being? How did it harmonize with a heart and with a brain, with an oxygen structure and with a nutritional vitamin structure and all this? I would be fascinated to see. But it just never happened, so you don't really have to worry about that. So the answer is no, macroevolution is not helping people today. And just know, I would never want anything that would hurt people. We want people saved, we want people to spend eternity in heaven, but we also want people to be blessed here. So no, evolution's not currently helping people, best I can tell, and I know I'll probably get some very big pushback from this. But God bless. We love everybody. Talk with you later in Jesus' name.